So, my crankshaft pulley exploded. No, it exploded. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in on another episode. That was a little bit of an exaggeration. It didn't actually explode, so to speak, but it did fly apart. Another one of those rewind the clocks back moments. So let's go back to September 2022. It was a Friday, right before Labor Day weekend. It was very much different from what you see now. It was raining water all over the place. I mean, it was pouring rain. I mean, it was really bad. So, got out of work, jumped in the car, fired it up. Leaving work, belts start squealing, and didn't pay much attention to it. I was like, that belt's been squealing for a minute, so I wasn't really too concerned. I knew what I thought I knew what the problem was. Got down the street, squeal went away, as it normally does. Like when the belts get, when they heat up, they catch grips, so it goes away. And I thought, okay, so it's just gonna go away. Got down the street, and I started smelling burning rubber. I was like, that's odd. I've never smelled that before. But there was no noise, and AC was working. I didn't have any problems. Got by maybe another mile up ahead of the road, and then suddenly I heard a loud ka-thunk noise. Alternator light came on, engine shut off, and here I am coasting just like this. No engine noise. Engine shut completely off, and I'm like, what's going on here? I'll try to start it back. It starts and shuts off immediately. I'm like, oh boy, I think I got a problem with my crank pulley. I mean, I knew that's why. I knew it was coming, but it's just, I don't know, for whatever reason, I'm lazy. I didn't feel like fixing it. Well, I wanted to fix it, okay? I did want to fix it, but the Mazda Protege has always had this issue where you buy a crankshaft pulley for it, and then maybe a year or two later, if you don't have the OEM one, they go bad again. And that's the problem with these cars with the squealing belts. It's not really the belts that's squealing, it's the crankshaft pulley. And it's like two pieces of metal, and sandwiched between two pieces of metal is a piece of rubber, and that dampens the harmonics of the engine and everything, and they fly apart. They don't all come apart, but they slip, and they make this loud, annoying squealing noise. It's horrible. So, in my case, I just kept driving on it so the fix actually, Hydra Motorsports actually at some point was making aluminum replacement pulleys. It's a lightweight pulley. It's all aluminum, and it doesn't have any rubber in between it. Now, harmonic balancers are there to dampen crankshaft vibrations. Like for example, you turn the AC on or something like that. When that jerk happens, you feel it in the engine. The harmonic balancer is supposed to dampen those vibrations. If you don't have a harmonic balancer on your engine, it can, for certain engines, if it's not fully balanced, like a 911s, a lot of new 911 engines, they don't have harmonic balancers. They just don't. And these engines rev 85, some of them 9,000 RPM, flat six. It's crazy. But, oh boy. Some of these engines rev 9,000, it doesn't hurt them. But for a 4-cylinder or something like that, it could ruin your rod bearings inside the engine. That was the only reason I was a little bit hesitant to buy this pulley, but it would definitely, but the way I drive, I doubt I would have any issues out of it. I'll stab the car here and there, but I'm not full throttle 100% of the time I'm driving. I just don't do that. So the fix was to get one of these pulleys. However, I went to Hydra Motorsports webpage and it says everything is out of stock. I sent them emails. I sent email after email, and there's no way to call this company to find out if you can actually get one of these anymore. I don't know. Maybe they went out of business. They have a thing where you can log in, you can make an account, log in, and then send messages. I did that. I still got nothing. So if anybody's watching this video and you see this and you know where I can get one of these Hydra Motorsports pulleys, you can leave a link besides just the website. Leave a link in the description or in the comments and let me know. Or if you have one that you no longer want and you want to sell it to me, I'd be probably glad to buy it. If anybody got one, let me know. Now, yes, OBX Racing, they make crankshaft pulleys for these cars, but they're underdrive pulleys. I don't want an underdrive pulley because it's going to turn the accessory slower. I'm not really interested in doing that. And a crankshaft pulley, supposedly these high performance ones that are underdrive, they turn the accessory slower and you're supposed to pick up a few horsepower. I'm not really interested in that because they don't really work. And I think I've kind of proven the point that, you know, anything under 10 horsepower is almost immeasurable. Really not worth the trouble trying to go through that. So, but yeah, that's basically what happened. My crankshaft pulley, it flew apart on me, and I'm going to show you the details in the video. And it was quite harsh. There was absolutely no rubber left. I mean, there was rubber shavings all under the hood of the car, all by the alternator. The crankshaft position sensor, you know, it's magnetic, and it just had these rubber like stalagmites all over it. It was weird looking. It's just full of rubber. The whole engine bay was full of rubber. So that thing had been going for a while. I knew it could happen. I knew it was gonna happen eventually. I didn't get to it in time, and well, this is what happened. I'll show you.
So this is the day after the heavy rain. Mind you, the night this happened, the car left me stranded till my brother could get off work to come and get me. Here I had already loosened the pulley bolt to remove the old separator pulley. We went to the local salvage yard where we found one Mazda Protege, only one, available out of 4 local self-service salvage yards. I guess I got lucky because none of the parts stores or dealers had these in stock at the time. The pulley is bent due to it being pried on to release it from the crankshaft snout. You could see that the pulley had gotten so hot that it melted the lower timing cover. Not good. Here the used pulley is being removed so that I can replace it along with the lower timing belt cover. It was important to replace that because if it melted any further, it could drip hot plastic onto the teeth of the timing belt. This in turn would cause the engine to skip timing, and that would immediately spell engine failure. Here are some images of the lower timing cover versus the new piece. I also got new belts, as one of them got cut completely in half by the sharp edges of the old pulley. Previously, I ordered a genuine Mazda crank pulley and went to pick it up from the dealer. As mentioned before, I really didn't want the OEM design because I wanted a permanent fix. But until I can get my hands on what is needed, this will have to do. A while back, I replaced all 4 engine mounts, 3 of them being genuine Mazda pieces. The front was the aftermarket mount and had already failed. This tiny slither of rubber you see simply does not provide enough torsional resistance to the engine movement and gives up pretty easily. Once the front one fails, the engine rocks too much and the others will eventually go prematurely. So while I was doing some much needed repairs, I thought it would be a good idea to do an upgrade as well. I installed a solid front engine mount from AWR. This mount costs the same as a genuine Mazda front mount but provides exceptional torsional resistance to engine movement. It will set you back about $90. Finally, here's the pulley being filmed without my shaky LG stylo phone. The pulley is held together with a rubber center and does the job of dampening vibrations from the engine. When the rubber wears, the outside of the pulley starts to spin slower than the center as the accessories and belts puts additional drag on the rotating pulley. When this occurs, the rubber slips between the 2 pulley halves and squeals loudly. This can be mistaken for worn belts when it's actually the 2-piece pulley starting to fail. The permanent solution is to replace the OEM style part with a 1-piece all aluminum part from Hydra Motorsports, but it seems this is going to be difficult to come by. I'll continue to be on the lookout for one of these.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap up today's very short video. Thanks for tuning in and watching. If you like what you see, click the like, share, and subscribe buttons. Stay safe, stay warm, because here in Florida it is cold, A.F. Happy holidays to all, and we'll see you next time. Take care.